What is going on, YouTube? You guys absolutely killed the like goal on the last Raiders video. I lost my voice. I was out of town for a wedding. I apologize for the delay. It's been over a week. I'm going to try to start posting more. You guys, the support is unbelievable. I really do appreciate it. We got some more heat for you as promised. I think I gave you a 250 like goal. We're well over 300 likes, so I really appreciate it, boys. So y'all absolutely smashed the like goal, man. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever had a video with 400. That's only an extra 150. I'm getting 3,000 to 4,000 views, so that's like one out of, I'm not real good at math, but one out of every 400 of y'all that watch the video, if you just drop a like. If we hit 400, I will give you an entire formation of the Bills playbook just to show y'all what you're missing out on Patreon, because I do have the full ebook over there. So if we hit 400 likes on this video, I will give you a full formation of straight fire out of the Bills playbook. But we're going to stay with the Raiders here. Last video was on the Y off. Today's video, we're going to be covering the H slot. It's going to be a similar motion. It's going to really start causing headaches to your opponent, as I like to say. All right, so let's get it, boys. The I form H slot, first play I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 pass plays, and then we'll show you at least the best 2 run plays out of this formation. But it's the PAY throwback. Pretty cool play here. It's pretty unique what happens here. There's a zig route here to Landry on the left, obviously, in the slot there. And a lot of times if you move a zig route, if you motion a zig route to the opposite side of the field, it'll switch. It'll flip to the outside over on that side. Not in this particular play, but actually stays to the inside, which is really nice. So we're going to motion him. It's going to tie in with the Y off motions from the other I form formation out of this playbook. And it's going to tie in with the other pass plays from this formation as well. So we're going to block the running back twice. Cancel that play action. It's hard to see, but the fullback is on a little check and release, the little purple route. It's all right to leave him there. If you got a guy sending nothing but 3-4 odd, obviously max protect and just send 3 routes. But 2 things you can do with Beckham on the left. 3 things actually. You can leave him on the comeback, smart route him if you want to, or you can slant him. I feel like the slant, it does get open late because X is double move. If you have a speed guy like Beckham, he'll actually get in front of Njoku, but I don't like that as much. I like to put him on an in route and smart route him. Gives you a nice little man-beating in route to the middle of the field late if you need it. So that's my favorite setup right there. And then we just like to motion Landry to the right. His zig now stays to the inside, so you have a unique little route here. And a lot of times he'll get wide open to the ISO there. You make a quick move, that's a free 10 yards, at least 5 to 6 just from catching the ball. So that's a nice little quick and easy way to get some cheap yards. But if he does guard that manually, or if there's a soft squat or a hard flat on that side of the field, what happens is the double move to X kind of turns into a high-low, and the double move will get open over the top. If all else fails, you have Beckham coming on that delayed in route. And I did show this double move in the beginning of this video, getting open to the top right of the field. So we'll move on to the next play. All right, boys, next play I like out of this formation is the PA switch curl. Nice little switch concept here. But we have square on a sit down. Most of the time he's on like a post route or even a streak. I love his curl route here, and it kind of reminds me of the fade curl that's so effective this year. But we're actually going to smart route that just because you want him turning around a little bit quicker. And because of the nature of his route, because he comes in first, allows circle to get open to the outside against a lot of different zones. And there's 2 different things you can do here. I definitely like to block the running back. I definitely like to drag X. Then your options really just involve the fullback, the R1 route. You can do 2 things. You can streak them or you can wheel them. I like both. I feel like streaking them gives you more of an opportunity to beat zone defense, both cover 3 and cover 2, because there'll be a hole underneath the safety in cover 3, over top of the linebacker in cover 2. And then it also, on that streak, sets a pick for X coming over on the drag against man defense. This particular play doesn't do great beating man defense. X will get open, and then a lot of times with circle even, you'll have an opportunity against man, but right there, any kind of zone, you'll just see circle shred it. Cover 3, cover 2, doesn't really matter because the switch is coming underneath, because you have X dragging to drag down that corner. circle or square will get open pretty much against any zone as long as he doesn't user it. If he users it, you're going to have to take square on the turnaround or X on the drag. But great little combo routes, spreads the defense out a lot. Definitely want to learn your progressions and lab this one because all your routes are going left. So you want to get through your progressions so he doesn't fool you on some bait. But your progressions are going to be circle, X, square, R1. Just a great little combo of routes here. So definitely mix this one in, and I'll move on to the last play, and then we'll cover the best 2 run plays out of this formation. All right, boys. The last play I really like out of this formation is the PA flood. Now, keep in mind, you definitely want to pound the rock out of this formation. I mean, if he comes out any kind of dime, 1-4-6. Any kind of dollar, any kind of quarter, obviously, even the big nickel over G, I mean, you're going to be running the ball. These pass plays are really to beat the 3-4 and the all-out blitzes, and more of a run defense look. So make sure you get him in a run defense look before you start hitting him with these unique pass plays, because you know they're really only 3 routes. You will have a 4th route with a check down in a lot of plays like that fullback and the PAY throwback, but definitely pound the rock to set up these pass plays. But the last pass play is the PA flood. And I did forget to mention the last play, you don't have to be on the right hash. It doesn't affect the coverage at all. But if you're towards the right side, it just gives that wheel route more room to kind of lead them to the sideline. But this is the last play. Actually, the opposite is true here. You want to be on the left hash for this one. And we will use that motion. I like to smart route square. And then, I mean, you can run it as is. I like to actually streak R1 again and block the running back, and then put X on like a fade or like a flat route. And then we motion square to the right, looks like the other motions. And then this unique route, I mean, if you have a guy like Beckham, this is going to beat man, this is going to beat zone. Just something to mix in a couple times a game when you really need it, because obviously he could user that. If he users that though and he's in man defense, Landry's going to get wide open. So just a lot of different options here, but I like the flat X, streak R1, block the running back, smart route squares so he cuts quicker, and motion him to the right. Now against man, Landry will still get open. This looks like a zone, so you will have X or square wide open. Great little concept here. Self-explanatory. Just want to get in the lab and test it out, get used to that break, and get used to doing the hot routes quickly. So that wraps up the 3 best pass plays out of this formation. Now I'll show you some run plays. I would say the best run play is that 95 mic. I actually had it in the audible, but I'll call it so we don't have to audible over and over again. It's the 95 mic. And what happens here is you can use this motion to Beckham again, just like the last play. And this kind of reminds me, there was a single back play when you motion the guy over last year. For whatever reason, when you get him to the other side of the line, it really messes with the run fits, and you're going to get way bigger gaps than if you were to just run the play straight up. So and plus it ties in with the pass motion. So just move back into the right, run that 95 mic, it shreds. And then the other play actually is the halfback draw, I believe, out of this formation. Yeah, there's a lead draw. So the 95 mic and the lead draw are the 2 best. And then you can mix in that dive alert bubble. I don't love the RPO bubble routes. They do work if you catch them if you catch them blitz in the corner a lot. You can get away with that bubble route. But I like the lead draw play. And we're going to do the same motion, but here you want to snap it right when he's on the left side of the line, because he kind of shoots up the middle and gets another blocker going. So, I mean, it's a slightly different spot where you're calling hot, but by the time you hike the ball, it's too late. But it's the halfback lead draw, motion Beckham in, snap it right to the left of the quarterback. He kind of creates another lead blocker. Practice mode is practice mode, but that play will gash him for some yards. But the 95 mic is probably the better run of the 2. So enjoy this scheme, fellas. I really appreciate the support. 400 likes, I'll give you a full Bills scheme. Or comment below if you want me to keep covering the Raiders playbook. I'll be happy to do so. I really like this playbook. I've been using it in salary cap. Very effective. So I really appreciate the support, fellas. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And enjoy the rest of your Madden season.